Greetings to one and all. Welcome to our series on Jack's curated business ideas. The theme for today is leasing digital tablets to university students. Let's start with a brief introduction. Sorry, my name is Lookman, so I'm the one facilitating this presentation. Now let's start with a brief introduction. For creative and entrepreneurial minds, ideas could come from anywhere. This idea came about from a discussion with one of my mentees. He mentioned his activity for the day, and I smelt an entrepreneurial opportunity. This is just an idea that requires refinement and perfection, but at least it's a starting point. What's the idea? The idea is about empowering undergraduates. Excuse me. The idea is about empowering undergraduates in deprived countries by providing digital gadgets to make them more competitive, make the learning experience more effective, as well as explore opportunities that may result from this. What's the inspiration for the idea? I was having a chat with a mentee. He mentioned that he'd be returning the computer that he borrowed, one that he used for his final year project. He is brainy and has a lot of potential, but can't afford a digital device. This got my entrepreneurial mind working. Who needs the product or service? Undergraduates in Nigeria, in Africa, and other disadvantaged countries. Such people could benefit from the product or service. What are the target demographics? The target demographics for the end product are university students in Nigeria and other African countries, or in other suitable countries. It could also be extended to lecturers and interested non-academic staff. What business model will be employed? Now, should this idea become a business or a philanthropic venture, or should it be a hybrid? Should it be administered or funded by the university, by government, by non-governmental organizations, or by a combination of the above? This needs to be brainstormed. All options need to be thoroughly examined, and then the best solution should be executed. What collateral should be used? It could be their certificates, a guarantor, etc. This needs to be given further thought. What is best practice? Now, do adequate research. Is something similar practiced elsewhere? Could you learn from such? Could you tweak such practices? Could you adapt them to your situation? What is your budget? You need to do number crunching. You need to have figures in currency for executing this project. If you are going to find investors, this is one of the questions that they will ask. Your figures shall be for capital and running costs. You may also consider to execute the project in phases. How will you fund this project? You may explore different options: crowdfunding, investors, bank loan, multinationals, businesses, payments from users, recycled payments from previous years, donations, give back from successful beneficiaries, donations from alumni associations, etc. What threats could there be? This could be damage to equipment, loss of equipment, theft of equipment, corruption, virus, abuse of process, inappropriate use of equipment, lack of power supply, crime such as armed robbery, etc., communication network problems, lack of focus by students, internet access affordability, migration of students to other countries, non-payment of the loan, fraud, strikes, faulty equipment, loss of life of students or their guardians, illness of students. The project may negatively impact those who are in related businesses. How will you manage the risks? A few threats have been mentioned above. These and others need to be costed and mitigated. Could this be via insurance? Could it be by having policies and procedures for any eventuality? These could be articulated, updated as necessary. Could it be by preventing unwanted eventualities by adequate planning? Could it be by having good systems and structures in place? Could it be by employing due diligence? Could it be by employing best practice? Could it be by learning from mistakes and avoiding reoccurrence? Could processes be transparent? Could the use of the content on the gadgets be streamlined? Or could it be an application of one or more of the above? What are the benefits of this project? I shall mention a few. It could empower students. It could make them more productive. It could enable improved quality of learning. It could create opportunities for side hustles. It could make students more competitive. It levels the global playing field. It could give added value to the quality of graduates. It could add value to the country's GDP. It's great incentive for students. What opportunities are presented? Below are some possibilities: improved academic performance, exploration of entrepreneurial pursuits, good competition, wealth creation, improved quality of graduates, job creation, greater opportunities for students, improved academic performance, exploration of wider opportunities, adding value to the educational system, monetization options, greatly empowered students, etc. How will you sustain this project? This could be a long-term investment. Beneficiaries could be encouraged to give back to the initiative. Taxes could be introduced directly or indirectly. They could be made, that's the students, to pay back over a period. Affordable deductions could be made directly from their employment. Systems and structures could be put in place to make it work. The idea could be given greater thought and perfected. If transparency is exhibited and results are evident, the likelihood of investment by well-wishers becomes greater. Here are some costing considerations. Logistics, purchases, tax, human resources, administration, insurance, write-offs, discounts to students, storage of equipment, etc. What will be your considerations for pricing? Well, some of them could be costs involved, discounts, profits, return on investment, benefits, etc. What are your thoughts? Is it a good idea? Is it relevant? Is it fit for purpose? Is it unworkable? Could the idea be perfected? Or is it a waste of resources? Please share your thoughts. A bit about mailing lists. One of the offshoots of the administering dispensation is that there could be a database of users. Such information is a valuable, or should I say invaluable, asset for marketers. They could market and remarket to the mailing list. This, however, needs to be done within limits. Be mindful of legal expectations. For example, if your potential client, excuse me, if your potential client migrates to Europe, the General Data Protection Regulation, which is called GDPR, needs to be observed. What problems are you solving? You are empowering those who can't afford digital devices. You are encouraging a level playing field in the world stage or on the world stage. You are creating a platform for students to do side hustles. You are encouraging entrepreneurship. You are encouraging a more user-friendly learning environment. Academic performances could improve. Students could become more enlightened. Resources could become more effectively spent. University ratings could be higher, etc. Some thoughts on administration. Documentation and record keeping are very important. Dispensations need to be done in an orderly manner. The process needs to be effectively managed. Quality staff are essential. Adequate training shall be provided. Some logistics thoughts. Sourcing of the gadgets, distribution to the end users, imports from reputable suppliers, software installations by reputable personnel, quality control checks, etc. The value chain. Here are some suggestions. Legal professionals, logistics professionals, engineers, technicians, insurers, administrators, purchasers or buyers, suppliers, university staff, information technology professionals, accountants, investors, entrepreneurs, collaborators, maybe non-governmental organizations, etc. Now let's talk about the return on investment. This shall depend on the business model as well as on the aim of doing it. The returns could be long or short term. The returns could be either obvious or hidden. It could benefit the economy directly or indirectly. It could add value to society. It could bring people out of poverty. It could positively impact the world. The return on investment could be much more than money. It could add to in addition to economic benefits, it could have social and other benefits. Such returns may not be measurable, either in pounds or pence or naira or cedis or whatever currency. Some legalities to ponder. Terms and conditions. Disclaimers. Indemnification as necessary. Contracts between concerned parties. Intellectual rights issues. Ownership of gadgets. Ownership of content on the gadget. Management of any possible legal issues. Updating legal documents as necessary. This shall be done digitally and shall be a precondition for handing over the gadgets to the student. Different applications of this idea. The digital device could be sold to students at discounted prices. Entrepreneurs could sell the devices. Community groups could gift it or subsidize the cost. There could be suitable payment plans. Discounts could be given based on improved performances, that is, academic performances. The gadgets could be part of the welcome gift. Philanthropists could pay for this. Payments by students could be deferred. Their certificates could be the collateral, etc. Process review. Processes shall be reviewed periodically. Reflect on what works and what doesn't. Take necessary action. Mitigate any risks. Perfect the value proposition. Learn and act from experience. Business plan. Give thought to the processes involved. Brainstorm on all aspects of the business. Mitigate any threats and risks. Put systems and structures in place. Purchase gadgets in bulk for economic reasons. Ensure that they are of great value. Install relevant software and antiviruses. Use software to ensure that only the intended user could use it. Do adequate administration. Put legalities in place. Articulate terms and conditions. Monitor the use of gadgets. Track all devices as necessary. Have relevant insurance. After the students are fully paid, remove all tracking, etc. For students who wish to return the gadgets, do technical checks and reimburse or charge as necessary. Incentives should be sandwiched as necessary. Why should it benefit only students? A similar system could be created for lecturers and interested non-academic staff. Adjust the terms and conditions as necessary. Now, a little disclaimer. This is an intellectual piece. Inasmuch as the idea seems great, nothing is guaranteed in any way. You need to carry out your due diligence before applying the principles. We take no responsibility for any outcomes. Apply the idea as necessary and modify it to suit your purpose. Could the process be monetized? Yes, it could. Once the process is fit for purpose, you could monetize the experience. You could create content. This could be in different formats: text, audio, video, etc., and could be on different platforms: social media, websites, blog, podcast, ebooks, paperbacks, etc. It could also be in languages of choice. You could do public speaking and share the experience. This could include the good, the bad, and the ugly. It could include successes, challenges, and pitfalls. Such content shall be beneficial to the relevant audience. It shall save the time and resources from starting the process afresh. In the process of sharing your experience, your learning could increase. Some questions will challenge your doings. Some fresh ideas will emerge, and you could end up even better than before. Why have you chosen only university students? In my opinion, academia is the bedrock of any society. Intellectuals could find solutions to problems and could add great value to society. By investing in university undergraduates, you'll not only be investing in them or their families, but in community, society, country, and indeed the world. It's an investment that could yield multiple rewards. Could the gadgets be paid for in full at the discounted price? Yes, it could. However, each student shall only be eligible for one gadget. What shall be the technical specifications of each gadget? This shall be decided by the relevant authorities. It shall, however, need to be fit for purpose as well as within budget. There could be different specifications at different price plans. Is this idea only for university academics? No, it's not. I use the word university for ease of reference. It could be executed in other academic institutions as well as other organizations. It will, however, need to be given due consideration and thought to ensure its success. Who could benefit from this idea? Disadvantaged countries, undergraduates, the world in general, families, the economy, the students, entrepreneurs, investors, collaborators, government, universities, etc. Who will fund it? Who will fund this project? Well, there are different options. Philanthropists, investors, governments, collaborators, multinationals, crowdfunding, university alumni, etc. Conclusion. A basic conversation with my mentee stimulated my thoughts. I married the possibility of a problem with my entrepreneurial mind. If such a perceived problem could be in Nigeria, then it could be in Africa and many other countries. The concept may or may not be novel, but it could benefit individuals, families, and nations. This is Jack Lookman presenting another of the series, Jack's Curated Business Ideas. I hope that you got some value and that it stimulated your thought process. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and repost. Also feel free to check our other platforms, jacksempowerment.com, jacklookman.co.uk, jalu.com. You could also check us on social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, etc. Just do a search for Jack Lookman on the internet. We also have books. We also have ebooks and paperbacks. You could do a search for Jack Lookman on seller.co, amazon.co.uk. You could also search for Jack Lookman on the internet. If interested in promoting our books on Seller, please send an email to jacklookman@yahoo.co.uk with an appropriate heading. you'd get about 40% commission of every sale made. Our services include collaborations, affiliate marketing, mentoring, and content creation. The transcript of this video is available at jacksempowerment.com. Search for Jack's Curated Business Ideas. Our mission is to empower and inspire generations by leveraging the internet. This is Olayinka Carew, aka Jacklookman, signing off. Ireo Irekabiti. On a lighter note, while I was studying in university so many years ago, a colleague was trying to make a point or share an idea. He had difficulty in communicating it as he struggled to express himself. We came to the conclusion that idea is need. This was part of the humor that saw us through difficult times. We are sorry for re-engineering English language, but that was part of the fun we derived growing up and studying. Ireo Irekabiti. Thank you very much.